Hello, it's Matt from GK and we're coming at you with a special video today because we are looking at one of the new products that's landed here in store, and that is the Boss GP-10. Now, we've waited a very long time for this product. I've actually had one for a couple of weeks. I've been messing around with it and I've still really only scratched the surface of what this unit can actually do. In the following couple of videos, I'm going to run you through the GP-10 editor, which is available. It's a free piece of software that allows you, when you plug it in via USB, to edit all the patches. You've got Patch Librarian. You can download a load of other presets for it, and you get a nice visual representation of what it can actually do on screen. And also, I'm just going to run through some of the presets. Now, there's 100 presets in there already. Obviously, I can't go through every single one, but I've kind of tried to pick out a few that allow you to show off a few of the different features. Now, the main thing about the GP-10 compared to any of the other guitar synthesizers is that there's no like trumpets or pianos or anything like that. It's pure guitar and effects modeling. So in the guitar side of things, it will model everything from a Strat, a Tele, a Les Paul. And you can actually model those guitars. You can model complete alternate or custom tuning, so all the strings can be changed down to, you know, you can just drop a B string down to an octave and have everything tuned up 2 octaves. You can do some really weird stuff with it. Plus, when you go in via USB, you can actually use it as an audio interface. Now, when you use it as an audio interface, it means that you can actually record, if you want, each individual string separately on its own track and then apply different effects. And the main key thing is that you can now, it's like you could with reamping, you can do re-guitar, which is a completely new thing, which allows you to send the audio back through the unit and then change the actual guitar sound as you're recording or as you're playing it back. Now, like I said, I've had it for a couple of weeks, and I think I could do an hour-long video and still not go through absolutely everything that's on that. So if you've got any specific questions, obviously feel free to mail us in or leave a comment below. We'll try and get back to it, and we'll maybe try and do a couple of other short videos in the future that kind of go through a few of the extra features. Right, so here we have the GP-10 editor, which is available for PC or Mac. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run you through some of the features on here. As you saw from the demo video earlier, I've just run through some of the patches. That is purely just scratching the surface with the pure amount that you can actually do from this. And really, the whole unit really opens up when you've got the editor plugged in, because you can run this alongside you know, your DAW or whatever. So you can actually edit this while you're recording sounds. It comes in handy when you're doing reamping. So, but worth bearing in mind when you're using the GK system, obviously you've got the up and down buttons, but you've also got the mix between purely the GK pickup, both the GK pickup and your standard pickups, and just the pickups on their own. So when you're using the standard pickups on their own, you still get all three of your, or all five of your pickup selection, depending on what guitar you've got, and all your volumes and tones. So here, for example, if we just go to this OD1 and 1959 sort of Marshall setting, we're just running the standard pickups. So we can actually decrease the volume and it reacts like a normal amp would. Using the bridge pickup there, we can go to the neck pickup. So that's just an example of purely just guitar modelling. So if we go on the side here, when you load in your GP-10, this is all the presets that are in here. So here's the drop D setting that I was on earlier. And then along here you've got all your other settings as well. So let's see, this oscillating crystal setting. We've got 12-string Rickenbacker. Just go through all of these, and this will show you all that's on here. So what we can do is we can go down to here. Now this is our set of blank patches. So if we click on that, we've just got a blank sound. So you can start here by having both the normal pickups and the modelling. So if you don't want to use your normal pickups, you can just turn that off. And now we are purely just using the modelling side of things here. So if we hit alternate tuning, it goes to an alternate tuning, which we can now adjust just down here. So we can see that these are all the strings that are set to. So if we want to change that, you can just go in here. You've got a whole load of sort of preset ones, or we can use a user. So if we go down 10 steps down, for example, or you can even go, you've got natural tuning. Or if we go down to the user one here, this is where we can start to fine tune what we want. So we can go down, for example, let's go down a fifth on every string. That will go down an extra step. super low, and if you want, you can even turn on the 12 string. But for the time being, we'll just go and we'll just turn that off. And we're back in the just the standard mode. Now we can add on, now up here is where you can add on noise suppressor or any other effects. So at the moment we've just got the amp here. So if you click on the amp, you can then preset, or set what you want. So say for example, if we're going to do say a crazy heavy sound, so we can go to a modern rectifier. Bass, middle and treble, so we can adjust that how we want. And so for example with that we then want to add on a delay, so we can hit delay here, we can hit the stomp box and we can pick from a range of different delay types. So say for example let's take an analog delay. And then here's where you can do all your things you'd normally be able to do on a normal pedal track. So say for example you just want to and you've got some extra choices on here. You can actually physically see it in milliseconds. You can see everything else you've set in numbers, so if you want to do it that way rather than on standard controls you can. And then on top of that we can add in anything else, so we can add in EQ, and we've got an EQ pedal here, just all by turned off on and off here. We can add a reverb. Now there's a nice range of reverbs on here. If we just switch the amp back to something like a JC120, we can go to reverb and we can set something like a modulated reverb. Now you see you've got hit one here that says FX. Now we can add in something effects wise post change, so we've got things like overdrives, compressors, EQs, harmonists, and you've got nice things like rotaries and univibes as well. So we can say for example go on a univibe setting here, turn it on. So now if we go to your control settings here, you can see you can set all the different control buttons. So if we go to control button 1, you can see here these are all the things you can do. So we can actually use control button 1 to turn effects on and off, and then set it as toggle. So we're on there, I've got the unit here. I'm just hitting the control button 1 on the GP-10 next to me. So that's a nice way that you can really start to expand your sounds, because you can start assigning things. Here if we scroll along you can see how much you can set to extra control pedals here, 3, 4 extra switches, what the volume can do, so you can have that modelling volume, amp gain, wah, chorus effects level. There's a whole range of things that you can really do with it. You can even view it in a grid view like this, so you can see everything that can be physically set on at any one time. And it's nice because it allows you to go to a setting that you like. So for example, if we go to 335 Fusion, and we like that sound, you can see everything that's on here. You can edit things. We can also see up here what we've got. If you like that but you want to change the amp, you can. You can add in the normal pickups, and you can just that's both together at any one time. Now the nice thing is that with the librarian and the editor here, you can download stuff from Tone Central, so you can add in extra patches that other artists have created. You've got a tuner, and you've got various system settings as well, which won't go into too much, but this is all your MIDI settings. You've got the manual already in there as well, so that's good. Once you go into the GP settings, you can adjust all the sensitivity, what pickup you're using, and that really comes into handy when you're starting to record, because you can set in different routing options as well, for reamping and everything as well. It's a really nice modeler. Once again, I'm purely only scratching the surface. There is so much you can do with it. Obviously, if you've got any questions, you can email us in. But that's kind of the GP-10. It's an awesome unit. There's so much that you can do with editing with the unit, and especially with the editor. So I suggest you come in and give it a go.